You're ready to go. Outstand is your foe. Give your all or you'll fall. Now let's begin the show. Good evening and welcome to round 5 of the Blue Moon Tournament. We are bringing you a match between Eurasia on the left side and Ryuzekia on the right. Thank you. Thank God that screen cleared itself. That would have been really embarrassing to commentate. But what is not embarrassing to commentate is this match. We got Eurasia coming in at 4 wins, no losses. Ryu coming in at 3-1. Two very powerful net battlers who are going to give us a match worth watching. Ryu wasting no time with that destroyed pulse on the opening turn. We do not yet know if that machine gun connected from Eurasia. It does not appear that his buster shot connected. He did not get that area grab off at the end of the turn. Eurasia being in Graveyard does not have access to Tomahawk Cross, which would cure him of this blindness that he has. So he has to deal with the blindness for the full duration. That's probably going to be most of this turn. So that destroy pulse definitely causing Eurasia a lot of difficulty. Area grab coming from Ryu. And there's a grass seed, so it looks like we got brush fire coming from both sides. And the Blast Man SP is going to cause 500 damage thanks to the grass and going to be white capped. We're seeing Eurasia take a lot of damage and he has still not regained his sight. That destroy pulse causing him all kinds of issues. Looks like he is going to go for roll with a booster on it to get back some health. The boosters on roll do indeed increase her healing as well as her damage. So putting a booster is going to apply 3 times the damage, 3 times the healing, apply 6 times, not bad at all. There's the roll 3 with the booster, just as we said in response to that invis. And that's going to put Eurasia's health in a better place. He's going to dodge out that meteor knuckle with an invisible of his own. And finally, on the 3rd turn, he is able to regain his sight. We see from here that Eurasia does not appear to have air shoes on his Navi customizer. And this is something that most Graveyard players will use air shoes just because of Geddon mainly. Geddon, if you have Geddon and you don't have access to air shoes, you become a sitting duck for whatever nastiness the opponent has planned for you. This includes 400 damage machine guns, this includes gun saw, this includes Graveyard busters, this includes tornado combos. So there's a whole lot of things that can go grievously wrong if you don't have air shoes and a Geddon goes off. A lot of times you see players take like over 1,000 damage in a single turn that way. So it's something that most of the time you want to avoid if possible. And unfortunately for Eurasia, Colonel Force does get taken by Beat. The Beat didn't go off earlier because he snuck roll past it in the time freeze counter situation. And that left Beat up to take Colonel Force, so bad break for Eurasia there. Machine gun going to dial up a hit and get rid of the trap. Life bar coming up for Ryu. That is going to make the bubble star not worth much, the boomer either. And it looks like Eurasia is just not going to use the rest of his chips, none of them able to cut through that life bar. Expecting Eurasia to, somewhere in this turn, pick up that wind rack to knock off that life bar, as you see right there. What else he's going with? It looks like he is going with the life bar of his own. And there's Tomahawk Cross from Ryu, fairly dangerous considering his opponent is in Heat Cross, and there's grass all over the field. He could be a sitting duck for Brush Fire if it plays out that way. That looks like what Eurasia is going for, but Ryu on the back row, safe from that graveyard breath. He's also going to donate Ground Man SP to Eurasia's anti-Navi, and that is going to bring the health close to even. And I say close to even, it's in fact in Eurasia's favor. In Eurasia's favor with the life bar, this match has turned around from that destroyed pulse that happened on turn 1. Looks like Eurasia's going to fire off a handful of Killermen this turn. We're going to see what Ryu has on his side of the field to bring the match closer to his favor. And there's Recovery 300. You're starting to see a whole bunch of those from a lot of players because it's good. 300 damage worth of impact just from one standard chip. The full gun soul hit will not go off of Killer Man's paralysis, but still about 200 damage from a gun soul from a standard chip in the gun soul is pretty decent. Health close to dead even. Eurasia deciding that Killer Man I stand corrected. Looks like he's going to go for Element Man SP in Beastover. The one thing about Element Man SP or any of the Element Men in Beastover is, as the player, you do not get to control which element it is that shows up. And it doesn't matter because Ryu is going to have an invis to counter it, but see, Eurasia can't aim this. And yet, the Element Man SP chooses grass, which Eurasia probably would not have chosen in that spot. Eurasia still having a chance with the Killer Man to bust through that trap, as long as it's not anti-Navi, and put Ryu very low and paralyzed. Now the 1-1-1 Buster from very tired state is going to be a thorn in Eurasia's side. Not to mention Ryu coming with his own beast over. Now Eurasia has to dodge everything that's coming from this Falzar beast, or else he's done. Eurasia has successfully made those dodges, and what he's probably going to do is wait for Ryu to line up with him and then fire off that Killer Man. There is the Killer Man. Ryu answers with a Judge Man that will not connect. Eurasia probably just going to let this one fire straight. Oh no! He missed the Killer Man SP that would have brought him the win. And just like that, it's Ryu up 1-0. I believe with Killer Man SP and the original Killer Man, if you let them sit, they will aim straight forward as long as you're on the middle row. As long as you're on the middle row. The EX version, I believe, if you let it aim, it'll just aim downward if you're on the middle row. But I'm not 100% sure about that. But I believe Eurasia could have just let that Killer Man sit, and it would have hit Ryu exactly the way he wanted and given him the victory. Ryu using the grass seed to take out the holy panels on Eurasia's side. Eurasia, I'm not sure if he opted for the damage from the Element Man or if he didn't hit the element he wanted, but this definitely leaves Ryu with the holy panel to work with. Now, one holy panel is tricky because, yeah, you can stay on that and have your damage, but if you stay in one place and don't move, you get hit by everything the opponent throws at you, and that's not necessarily ideal. However, you might stay on that holy panel just in recognition that Eurasia is in B code, and camping the middle panel is classic to use against B code and its brush fire combos, because the brush fire combos, the brush is set by the boomer. And if you're in the middle, you really have machine guns to worry about. And that's not absolutely it, because sometimes you get Star Thunder combos. Most players are very well with the B code blind spot, so they have something to combat that. As Eurasia is going to decross Ryu with Killer Man, and Ryu's going to get hit by the Bubble Star and the Boomer. There's Black Man SP for Ryu, and Eurasia's not going to like taking that 500 damage. Colonel Force plus 30 looking very good for Eurasia. Even if that trap is an anti-damage, it will only block part of the damage, and then it'll probably only block about 1/3 of what's going to come from Colonel Force. And then between the booster and the gun soul, Eurasia will be able to drop a crippling amount of damage onto Ryu this turn, if not even lethal. Ryu's best bet on this turn is going to be a life bar, and Eurasia fires off the gun soul a little bit too soon, does not get a full hit. Ideally, with the gun soul Colonel Force combo, you want to wait until either the opponent uses an invis chip or until Colonel Force makes its impact. That way, you get that gun soul placement in exactly the right place, the place where you want it. This match is going to go on. Eurasia still has a very good chance to win it. Kill across tail arrows. Going to... What I was going to say doesn't matter, because now Ryu has a Holy Aura that does not care about tail arrows, but Holy Aura cannot shrug off a wind rack, and that aura is going to be gone, and Eurasia has one more turn of Killer Beast if it does not get killed by Ryu. It's very possible that Ryu will have a wind rack at his disposal, but it's not 100% guaranteed. If Eurasia can hang on to his Killer Cross, tail arrows will go a long way toward helping him out. There's the wind rack, there's the electric pulse, and Ryu's going to get Eurasia's Killer Man SP with anti-nav. And now you've got both players trading Buster Fire. This is going to prove to be a very critical turn. With both players at just over 100 health, it does not look like... It doesn't seem likely that there will be a turn after this one. Probably, yes, the game will probably end in this turn with a time freeze chain that ends up going off in favor of Eurasia. You see that both players did their due diligence on that, because Eurasia had more to work with, and that gave him the game and brought us even. With with obstacles on the field. Eurasia is very aware that Ryu could go dust cross, and Ryu decides to use Groundman SP as a... Hang on, what is this right here? Okay, we are going to come back to you as soon as we find this Game 3. I forgot that they had some technical difficulties, but we'll be right back.